I'm interested to see what the next crew looks like.
Hello, everybody. And with that line, we're back. Confident in our abilities.
Yes,
To deal
confident in
with
our
this.
abilities to successfully run a cult.
Okay.
We're fighting our cult crew.
Oh, can we make a cult about like the ashes of the revolution? Could that be a cult?
Sounds like a
Cult of-
theme here.
It has to
A
be a
cult of-
specific god, but if you could find a god that is about the revolution. you
A
could.
god of failure.
We worship the god of failure.
Yes.
Yes, we
Our
worship
goal
the
is to
god of
inflict-
bad luck.
No, it's to inflict failures
Not
upon
luck,
others.
specifically
These are
Our
bad
god
luck.
is art and Jesus.
Yeah, our and Jesus are mandates to inflict random failure upon others.
Statistically randomized failure.
So, yeah, you guys are in the middle of trying to choke out some of these guys, and you hear the footsteps of approaching people. Spirit wardens? What do you do? I think, as far as I am aware, all of you are here, so this is an anyone can act situation.
Now they are coming from behind us, in front of us.
I think the tunnels are long enough that, I mean, and your boat is stopped. That as far as I'm aware, it doesn't matter. But they probably be coming from in front of you, from somewhere else deeper in the tunnels, basically.
Okay, so beyond the guys we were choking out.
Yes.
Okay.
I have
Yeah,
an immediate
so
thing I
here-
can try that
I have,
will
like-
get them going.
Hmm.
Like that'll give us more time to choke out these guys or chloroform and rag them. If you guys just need time to do that, I could just send
Right.
the bird.
Is that the
At this point, just act. Go for it. If it's
Yep,
if it's what you would do, do it.
yeah?
Yep.
Just
I mentally communicate with Varys to go fly down the tunnel and get whoever's coming to go away by either chasing him or by annoying them.
Okay. Getting them to go away.
Like, if they are spirit wardens, this is a missing spirit warden crow that is weird now. I
Yeah.
would assume they would give chase.
Okay, so not just go away, but like chase after the crow specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
if this, like, gets him, like, the bird is gone for the mission, that's fine, because we're going to be inside anyway.
Okay, I could see that. You can do that. What action are you attempting to do? What do you think fits? Now, you are
Well-
commanding your crow, but because you almost share senses with it, if you were rolling almost as part of your crow, it might be prowl for speed.
Yeah, I could see
It could be sway
prowl
to get
or
them
a
to chase.
tune.
A tune works as well.
a tune. I think
talk to your
follows
crow.
more like RC
Yeah.
piloting the crow, though.
Yeah,
So it's more like you're concentrating on like now, and you're given more.
making
So
sure
maybe
the
just
crow's fine.
Prowl for speediness.
Yeah, it depends on how much you're guiding.
Yeah, just my point is like a tune seems like it would take more attention away from you than like
You-
sending it off to go do it.
I think
by
I just send him and he goes, right? I don't think I'm focusing too much on it. I think he's
Okay.
just gone.
Okay.
And we're
So-
gonna hope that he's smart enough to be able to get that done.
All
Yep.
right.
Desperate position, I assume.
Oh yes, desperate position. My devil's bargain is one more tick on your side effect treatments manifest.
What is my effect before I consider that option?
Your effect currently is spirit wards. I think it'll be normal. On one hand, they might have extra ways to like capture
Hmm.
Death Secret crows, but they are, if you want to try get them to chase them, yeah, normal. They're definitely interested already in.
Now, it does have potency when tracking or fighting the supernatural. Does that help with being more supernatural?
No.
Nope. Cool. Just desperate standard.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm willing to take that tick.
I think. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
Because I want to know what happens. Yeah, I'm gonna get XP for this anyway. So. Boop.
It's desperate.
oh,
Oh no.
Oh, I set a bad
God.
precedent.
The dice are not with you right now. We'll get the XP
No,
as
I got the XP.
your crow. As Varys gets closer and closer to the Death Seeker crows, they do recognize him.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, they recognize him, and I think that's they start like nudging each other and like Varys is trying to get in their way, so he's one of them whips out like a small handheld bell and rings it just once, and then stops it immediately. And Varys falls unconscious and just drops to the ground. And they like go to pick him up.
Can any of us see them at that point?
I'm not going to check up anything on the clocks. That is the bad consequences. They have Varys.
While they're
and yeah, you can tell. Like, I don't think you lose your connection to him or anything, Zaid, but he's unconscious immediately.
you get the feedback of like, yes, you're connected, but no, there's no signal on the other line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same as when he's
Unconscious.
sleeping. It's the same as when he's sleeping.
Yeah, it would be like,
And I think you probably feel through him a wave of drowsiness. It's not enough to really affect you, but you feel this is like he suddenly is like, oh, and then drops to the ground, and you.
I'll let other people act before I act because I know
Wow.
exactly what I'm gonna do.
I'm assuming the Phoenix and the Boy Menace are struggling with the guards at the moment because they're the fighting
I am
ones.
not. Nope.
I definitely am. That's what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
you're the alright. Who's
okay.
the other?
I'm the shooty. I'm not the fisticuffs.
Maybe you had a
I
gun
have
pointed at
zero
the other
in
one to
skirmish.
get him to stop.
You could be tangling via pistol point, not so much.
I'd assume
like,
that you were
physically.
tangling with just prowl on, caution on the back of the head ambush.
So, question
You can just be dealing
for
with both of
items
those,
that
actually.
we have. Can you hand them to somebody else?
Yes, but though if they keep them on them, it'll count as their load. Like it'll kind of be like you start with
Okay.
all of these items on you. It won't use up their load, but they'll count as having one more than normal because of the whole they have extra stuff on them.
Okay. Because, I mean, I could hand Zaid my blowgun, take out people.
Well, is this happening at the same time? Okay. So
I
think
have
this
them at
is
The
a
far
the-
one, you got
group
the near one?
action.
I don't know.
Okay,
It
so
sounds
while
like-
the
Well, I just don't have the skills to use
we
it
can't do a
effectively.
group
It's a
action.
problem.
Okay, then if this isn't a group action, then this would be one person helping the other because you were rolling with two separate skills. Hunt and,
Alright,
hunt and
well,
skirmish.
while the guards are immediately, as in only occupied for this briefest of moments while we are swarming them, I just ram into the door. Like, I just go straight for this door where
Okay.
panicky, there's chaos going on. I run to the door and I get it open.
Okay,
I
we'll
would
see
like
how
to
that
open-
goes. We'll see how that
Yes.
goes. But that's awesome.
Straight up run to the door.
Who I could see Prowl or Skirmish for Adric, and I could see Prowl or Hunt for Zaid. Do you guys both want to do Prowl as a group action, or would just one want to help the other?
If it's desperate, I would like to go for prowl because then I could get skirmish right now.
You could get a point in Skirmish or just one away.
Oh, nice.
I'm one XP away from leveling up my prowess.
If we're helping, we both don't get the desperate action, correct?
Correct. If you're doing a group action, you do.
Group action seems to be the best way because it's be the same amount of stress.
On this
either
one,
way.
yeah, I
It-
am fine with the group action. If you want the extra tick from that desperate, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
I can help with
So
either
with the
skirmish
group
or
action, you
prowl.
guys both need to be doing the same skill.
Yeah, I've got 2 in each, so we can do probably prowl.
Okay.
Who's leading? Are you leading?
Who wants to take the stress on Fitness?
I have
Does
2
the leader
stress.
I don't mind taking the stress, but it's more a matter of don't we want you to actually get the extra desperate tick?
Well,
both
we
make
would
the
both be
roll.
making the roll, so we'd both be getting the ticks.
Oh, okay.
It's just
In
any
which
stress
case-
that would happen would go to either me or you.
Okay. I've got 2. How much do you have?
I have 2.
Okay.
My devil's
Uh,
bargain is, or whoever, I have one for each of you. 1 tick on Mercy finds Adric, because these are spirit wardens that you're now tangling with. Or for Zaid, 1 tick on everyone knows who the Phoenix is, because these are spirit wardens you're tangling with. It's up to you individually to decide if you want the extra die.
We're desperate here. We've got 4 dice, so we're reasonably likely to get at least a good roll, but that's been going real
mean,
well for
yeah.
us. So.
I'm gonna take mine. I'm gonna just take mine.
Okay.
I'll lead it because I don't think I'm gonna be using a lot of stress here, unless it's like flashbacks or whatever. So
Okay. I'm going to take it or not. Because our 6s aren't going to go together, 5 dice is decent. I'm going to leave mine be for
Mhm.
now. By the way, just a detail that I did want to put out there. I went and snitched one of your bandanas earlier, and I am using it to cover my face. Because this
Okay.
is how you do stealthy, right?
Yeah.
It's just like Robin. You have a little mini phoenix now.
Bright red mask. It's stealth, right?
Have an example of how you
Star.
hide who you are. I've been told to be more subtle, so I will go
Yeah.
and be more subtle following that
I
example.
think the worst example in the party.
great job, Boy Wonder.
Whereas me and Grab
Come,
are
let's use
just
our bat knives.
nonchalant about our crazy science
They're-
bullshit.
Phoenix knives, sir.
Phoenix knives.
Um.
Stab them.
So just desperate standard.
This
Or-
will be desperate standard, yes. If you
Okay.
succeed. These guys are trained fighters, but you're taking them by surprise. If you fail, then that might be harder later.
All right. Here's my roll. I got 5s, and I level up prowess, and I'm putting it in skirmish because I want to be able to do something else.
Okay.
Desperate standard. I'm not helpful even a little. Sorry about that.
You
So I just
space-
take 1 stress.
You take
One
one stress. The
Okay.
dice are cruel this day, but you do get a 5. It is a success. So I think you take them out, and they will deal some harm to you, I think, as the fight goes on. Like, as you take them out, they still, like, even instantly,
fight back.
they whip knives out, they fight back. You're able to... I don't think in this case I'm going to tick up the crew. Or actually, there's normally level 3 harm. I think in this case I'm going to put level 2 harm for both of you, and 1 tick on the crew or caught. That's how we'll split that up.
That seems fair.
So just level 2 harm.
Level 2 harm for both of you. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to pull an armor and try and resist that.
Yeah, and this is...
I'll do the same.
Yeah, and this is literally just like, stab wounds, basically.
Ooh, actually, I'm just gonna do armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still doing the resist. Where is that button?
You just click the kind. So
I think
it could be
you click
attack
prowess in this case.
You just click prowess.
Well, there should be
You take no
Okay.
stress.
That's the right. That is the correct button. Is to click prowess.
Yep.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. You're right.
It's physical damage.
Yep.
Okay, sounds
So-
good. So no harm, no stress.
Yep.
One
You're
armor
able
got.
to tough it out.
I am tough as nails, so my level 1 harm does nothing.
Okay, so you're keeping it level 1 now?
Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, you guys they fight back, but you're able to like make it so whatever they deal isn't really a big deal, and take them out, kill them. It's up to you. They're at your mercy
Oh, yeah.
in this case. Okay, they're dead.
100%.
What do you do with the bodies?
In the river.
Yeah, the river.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. While Hicks is running towards the door, I want to see that, but I'm just checking what Grind is doing first. If you're doing anything specific, or if you're helping Hicks.
Have an idea, but I don't know if it's viable given where we are.
I'm going for my bird immediately, so I'm just letting you know.
Following Hicks.
Okay, in that case, I think flashback is in order.
Okay.
Grind's gonna ask Sierra if she can run distraction if things get hairy for us.
Okay. I think you tell her what you're doing, basically.
Yeah, be like
Okay.
we're working on a thing against the spirit wardens. This I know they're probably not your favorite people,
Maybe
and
ask
if you
your
can give us a
friend.
hand. If you
Yeah.
can give us a hand and maybe bring your ghost friends along to just, run interference. Don't put yourselves at risk, but run interference.
Okay. She holds your hand with her icy one, and it's like actually like a hand. It doesn't feel solid, but it's yet, despite not being solid, it's like holding an ice cube in terms of how cold it is. And
It's holding cold.
yeah,
not
it's like
so much
it's like
holding-
holding very cold air. And she says, "They're very dangerous. They've been hunting me and the others for as long as anyone can remember." Are you sure?
I do not want anything bad to happen, but yeah, this is important.
Okay. Roll to, I think you're consorting her.
Oh, great. Is there a devil's bargain here?
My devil's bargain for this. She's not part of them.
She tells the ghost friends about us. What are they called? The ghost gang. She
The
like
reconciled?
Reconciled?
He's not part of them anymore, though.
She's
when
not.
well,
She's
she's
sort
not-
of on the out. She's been almost basically excommunicated from them.
yeah.
So
Oh, she's been kicked out of the ghost gang.
she
okay.
left. She said, but now once you leave, there's no coming back, kind of thing, because you might be in
Okay.
danger.
Maybe
she still
the-
has
I don't
ghost friends.
Maybe her reappearance in this way, like actually doing something, draws their attention to us. That could be a devil's bargain.
I think you're
Just a suggestion.
Yeah, but that's not a -1 in faction stats or anything like that.
No, I'm not saying like it's immediately something, but it's something we then have to deal with later that could result in the ghost gang being mad at us.
That's fair.
Like,
I would say +1 heat is the ultimate. Like that's the fiction, and the result is +1 heat, because even if they're not living people, someone might know what you're up to.
If the goal is to get no heat and no rep, well, are those connected?
Yes, it is. You have to have both or neither.
Yeah.
So this +1 heat would be, I think, separate. It's not the heat from the end of the job.
it's not job heat. It's just heat of
It's just heat of talk of like ghost
consorting with
gossip.
ghosts.
Yeah.
General heat.
I mean that
Yeah.
that's fine as long as like it doesn't
Tank the job.
circulate rumors of this job and us on our
Yeah.
connection.
I think in
Then,
this
yeah,
case, it doesn't. In this case,
It's
it
basically-
is the heat as a result of the reconciled learning about you, or the other ghosts learning about you.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
Sorry.
I'm guessing since it's Sierra, it's probably controlled position, I would guess.
Control. Well, no, this is affecting your current situation as to whether she
Okay.
can track them. So it'll be desperate.
Okay.
It'll also be wife, spirit wardens. Wife, spirit wardens. Normal effect because of your wife. It would be limited effect if you're asking a ghost to like. Yeah.
A random
Any other
ghost.
ghost would be limited to no effect, but her normal.
Okay. Standard effect. 1 bonus die. 6.
Oh,
Six.
yeah.
Nice. All that ghost gossip is doing you well. Okay, you get the XP, and I think that just at the last minute when the spirit wardens are about to turn the corner, or even like they, instead of walking towards you, they like when they're about to turn the corner, they just walk straight ahead, and you hear, well, yeah, and you're all like silently watching and seeing if they even look at you, and they don't. I think you're trying to distract them and send them away, right? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
One of them mentions like, "Hey, where did like they start like looking at, some of them have instruments, and they're like, it's making weird noises, and it's ghost tracking equipment that they're
They feel like their spirit being charmed and it's cold. Like,
yeah, they're looking for a ghost that's nearby, but that's not in this direction. They are here, but they're not here for the warehouse.
Is the crow with them?
The crow is still with him. They didn't undo that.
Yeah.
Zayd.
Cool.
Um,
All right. So
Okay,
I think-
we'll see what Zayd does. Yeah, Hicks, you run up to
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah.
Now that you are closer to the door, I think that you see that it's locked. It is hard to get through. You can now see carved into the stone, just in the stone, like the stone, someone like took a chisel to it. There are strange ruins around the entire door frame.
Cool. As a man aside, that's a good question.
That's a good question as well. 1.
Well,
What do you
I know nothing about ghosts and ghost-like materials. What I do know is chemicals and alchemical reactions. And I reach into my bandolier and I pull out some fire oil and I begin pouring it into the lock.
What does fire oil do?
It's flammable
Burns
oil.
on contact with air.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to thermite safe break this door. Just pour fire oil into lock. Lock melts. We walk through door.
All right. Why don't you roll to wreck?
Sick.
And in this case, it's gonna be a desperate position with normal effect, taking everything into account, I think.
I am not
You're ignoring
affected
their
by
tier. Exactly. You're ignoring their
tier.
tier, so it's normal instead of limited to none. So I think that, yeah. This is definitely a desperate position.
Cool. All right, I clicked wreck, but
It didn't
that
show
seems
any
to be the
buttons.
most appropriate skill to wreck this door.
Yep. That way.
Now, this is a silent wreck and not like a boom wreck. It's melting it, not exploding it.
Okay.
The reaction's the heat, not the fire.
It's melting it. Exactly. That's still wreck.
Right. Do I need bonus dice?
It's up to you. Do you want a devil's bargain? Thinking
Your dice have been going wonderfully right around now.
if you want to get the
Yeah.
collateral damage. If you might need to use more than you thought. If you use an extra dose from your bandolier, we'll get you a devil's bargain.
Oh, that's fair, because a bandolier has 6, right?
Yeah.
Or 2.
3.
3? Sorry, 3.
Bandolier has 3, but you can have 2 bandoliers.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do a double dose.
Okay.
Where did my little roll box go? God.
Is anyone helping? I remember that someone said they were Adric. You said you were rushing towards.
I'll be rushing towards the door, but the only way I can think of helping is like trying to bust the door open too, but that's not actually helping with the lock.
Yeah. Because my role specifically about bypassing the security. I'm just gonna roll.
Okay.
I got my bonus die.
Yeah.
I got a 6. This door ain't nothing.
You're good with doors.
All right. The double dose helps.
You're getting a specialty.
Cool. Okay. So the door opens, it melts. And it looks like
the handles fall out as
Exactly.
the internal mechanisms aren't there anymore.
yeah, you catch the handle before it makes too much noise on your side. You can't help it on the other one, but that's fine.
Yeah.
You and as you like step past and as the door opens, none of the ruins flare or activate. Maybe they're not meant for you people. Maybe they're meant to keep ghosts out or something like that. Nothing happens as you step
Or
inside.
probably like if you run into the door or try to force it open, but the door opens properly.
The door
There's
opens.
just-
Yep. And the next thing that you see is you're in a very small hallway. It opens up into a large room up ahead, but before it gets to that opening, there's no secondary door, but we're at the end of the hallway, maybe 5-10 feet ahead, probably closer to 10 feet ahead. On either side of the door are 2 metal almost springs that are on either side of the doorway, and as you watch, they occasionally like spark, like zzz, zzz, and there's occasional flash of electricity.
So this is on the door that's immediately. So there's door.
There's the door, and then
Antechamber
there's this
door.
these 2 metal pillars almost. They're not huge. They're like this wide with the
I'm
spiral
assuming
in the middle.
it's like a pass in between
Like
to
coils, yeah.
get to the next room.
And it looks like they're basically against the wall, and they're attached to the they're stuck there. They're not easily going to move.
I
So
have a
those are there.
possible idea for that.
Can I whistle for the smart person? Can I pull out my nerd whistle and
Let's
summon
get to
grind.
that. That's what you see inside. Zaid, what do you do?
I think I want to do a flashback.
Okay. What is it?
So I've had this bird for a while, and we do have a magistrate friend. So I would like to flash back of getting paperwork to register my Scovlander Phoenix that looks very similar to
A red spirit warded crow.
It's not.
A
They're
spirit
just
warden
cousins. It's a
They're like-
biological cousin of the crow. It's not the same.
Yeah.
That kind of
they're
thing.
not the same thing. Yeah.
They share a common ancestor. That's all.
This crow
like-
should be.
I would like to have a flashback of that, of me getting that paperwork done, and then
You want to use that to in the present to go up and talk to them and say, "Hey, that's my bird."
yeah.
Oh
like-
god, that's a bad plan. Oh god.
Wait, they need
I mean,
them to
it's a
go-
better plan than shooting them.
Okay.
So, how much? Like, do I have to roll for that flashback, or is it
I
just stress?
think yes. I think this will be a setup action in the flashback, in order to help you with the current action. So
Mhm.
let's. I think that would be consort to like, hey, magistrate friend.
Sway.
You get to choose what you roll. This will be limited effect. Well, it's setup action, so effect doesn't matter. Position does, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, it's setup action.
I'm using sway because I'm using deception or bluffing.
I didn't think you were with specifically the magistrate, or unless you are also lying to
There
him.
is no Scotlandic Phoenix.
There is no Scovlander Phoenix, but he is a sympathizer,
Yes,
and I
okay.
bring it home from my home country.
I thought
where I live
okay,
now.
I understand now. I thought you were letting him in on the lie, but you know.
No, he doesn't. He just thinks it's a bird that I have as a pet now.
Okay. Yeah,
I just
go
He
need
ahead.
him
might
to
know
sign
it's
off
a
on the
lie
paperwork.
on, like, in his
Need a,
heart.
bird, need a
But he's
bird
not being-
license.
Told it's a lie.
Yeah.
Then yeah, no, that would totally be sway.
Cool.
Position here, I think will be risky.
Mm-hmm.
The risk being if he finds out you lied to him, he might be put off by that just a bit.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Okay. I think it's more not if you find out you lied to him. He finds out that you have a Death Seeker crow. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
It's like
Uh,
this isn't just a different type of bird. This is something bad.
So risky, standard.
Hmm.
Devil's bargains. I think the obvious one is just ticking the clock again.
I think ticking the clock again. Yeah, there's a tie between the Phoenix, like rumors might spread.
Yeah.
Of the Phoenix and something to with the bird.
I will take that because I need extra dice because the dice are cruel.
The dice are very cruel today.
Mm,
Oh, okay.
that's a
You're not
three.
good. See, you took all of our proper momentum. Look at the last 3 rolls before you did anything.
Yeah,
You went
six,
so
six,
well.
and six.
You took all of our momentum and you just threw it away.
This is only a setup for
It
this
is
action.
a setup, but the results are not just you don't get the setup. I don't think this happens immediately, but I think that after this job, he will stop buying like it was both. He was sympathetic to you and he's buying drugs to you.
And we were selling him cocaine.
He is
Yeah.
he is no longer ordering from you. And while he is sympathetic to the cause, he's less sympathetic towards you guys specifically. I think for now you lose it doesn't hate you, but you lose his positive inclination towards you.
Okay.
So if
Okay,
you wanna
so,
change that on the cruise.
Yeah, I'll get that. Goodbye, Roland Watt.
And also
Or-
because it's not a 4 or 5, you don't get the bonus from it. So you don't have the paperwork.
Oh, I just don't even get it.
It's a failure, yeah, on a 1 to 3. So I
Fucking
think
Christ.
yeah, I think he
Fuck it, I'm
basically
shooting them. That's like literally, I can't do anything else. I'm shooting at them.
Okay.
I literally cannot do anything
The
else.
crow is more important than anything on this job, apparently.
No, then I lose the bird.
Well, I assumed that the paperwork you could go over to them afterwards and say, "Hey, I hear you found a crow. It belongs to me."
But I don't even have the paperwork. Like listen. My guns are fine. I need to shoot them. I don't
They
have any other
don't
options
know you're
here.
there.
They don't know we're there.
No, they
Yeah.
like didn't even look in your direction. You were like choking a guy out, and you're like, don't look, and because of Grind's flashback with the ghosts, they were like looking at their ghost monitoring things, like I think it's this way, and not looking in your direction at all.
That was like rods.
Exactly.
But here,
Yeah.
but then
I'm-
again, emotionally, it's your bird. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
If
If
you
that's
do
what
it,
you
do it.
do it.
This is
Yeah,
what the
if
game's
that's-
about.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
your-
shooting. I'm not shooting from where everyone's hiding.
You're
I'm
gonna
like
sneak up, separate from them.
I'm separating from them, going from the end of the alley, and I'm going, that doesn't belong to you. And I pull out my guns and start shooting.
So,
Like, I'm specifically making it they're not looking toward my friends.
So
Yeah,
the
this
Phoenix
is
is
like-
now the distraction team. Everyone
Yeah,
else
I'm now
needs
team
to get
distraction.
shot and get out before you get killed.
Before I die.
Great. Okay.
We have a clock on the Phoenix.
All right, this
Hi.
job, I'm glad we made this more complicated.
Yeah.
All right. Zaid, this is, I would say, not controlled, even though they don't see
No.
you. It is risky.
Mhm.
Your effect here will be limited. I don't think you can.
But I have a fine pair of pistols.
But you can also have a desperate position, standard effect, and mark XP.
Yeah. Well, doesn't the
Which
fine
makes failure worse.
Fine is plus one
Yeah.
effect. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Failure,
it's now
level 3
risky
harm.
standard.
It wouldn't be no effect. So I think this would be standard effect. I think it's for spirit wardens. They're tough. I'm gonna start a clock for them.
Yeah. My intent
And-
here is I just want them to drop the bird and like run away and
Flee.
take cover,
I
or
can
run
do
away
spirit
and try
wardens
and get
flee.
reinforcements.
That would be an
like,
easier clock.
yeah, I'm just trying to get them away and drop my bird.
Okay,
That's
that'll
all I
be-
want.
Instead of anything higher, it'll just be a 4 o'clock to get them to flee, to like drive them out.
Okay.
Drive them off with the bird being dropped.
Yeah.
Yes, that will be implied in this without bird.
Well, even if the bird's not specifically dropped, they stop carrying it. And
Yeah, and also this also helps you because it gives you more options to pursue this clock. Like I go up and grab the bird from them is also driving them off without the bird. And
Yeah.
other types of actions. So okay, open fire. Do you
Risky
wanna-
I-
standard.
Hang on, can I help? Can I help by throwing a smoke bomb?
If you accept the help, then Grind isn't also involved in the role, but he's closer. He isn't involved in the direct consequences because that's teamwork action. But
Yeah, I'll accept the help.
it does mean he's nearby.
Alright.
I will
That's fine, I'm
also.
splitting the difference between him and the other two. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm also gonna push myself.
All right. See how we go. 6. All right. So we'll get back to what happens, but you open fire at them. You hear like some dings as most of their armor, like they're armored under their cloaks and in their uniforms. They have like what look like brass plating, but it has to be tougher than brass. That's stopping your bullets. However, you still catch them, and some of them are wounded. None of them go down, but they all start like running and taking cover.
Yeah, you're laying a suppressing barrage, and they are
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now,
Cover.
yeah, and they start running away from you as fast as they can. Right now, still holding the bird. We'll get back to you. I think, Adric, what are you up to?
I ran inside with Hicks to see and make sure everything was good there.
Yeah.
I
The
have-
problem is you run inside, you get Hicks's arm across your chest, like stop, because lightning towers.
Then, yeah, two
And
like
I
I'm
alert
just
you-
seeing
I
the
alert-
lightning towers.
Yeah.
and I
If it
alert you to our
actually is
problem.
like actual sparks, I carry apparently manacles and chain on me for free load. I'm not
Oh,
sure
right,
why.
as a
We don't
cutter.
need to
You
know
have
that.
3 chain.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if there's some way to short them out.
You can certainly try to do that. Do you want to like try and toss it around one of the towers and try to wreck it?
Basically, though, if that was the case, I would probably pull out the stuff, hand it over to someone who actually has a rec skill like Hicks,
You can
and have him do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that would be my forte, is wrecking things.
2 over 0 dice. I like the 2 dice option better.
That's fair. But you are helping.
Yeah, you have to help me wreck the lightning wall that we have.
Yeah, they as you're closer, they don't look identical, but they do actually look like similar to the enormous towering lightning towers that guard the city from the hellish outside.
Yeah. This is a great stealth plan. First, we melt the door, then we destroy the secondary door.
And also gunfire.
And gunfire and smoke.
Yeah.
At this
Great
point, we're
stealth.
getting everything we can and getting out.
The stealth was between the time we got off the boat and we saw someone.
There was about 5 seconds of stealth, and then you abandoned it. Now it's speed.
Yep.
Okay.
Speed is the name of the game. Yep,
So
I'll
you're
roll
trying to
reckless.
short out the towers.
Yeah. So I get a bonus die on this?
From help, yes.
Yes. And this is position?
Position here, I think, will be risky. You're not desperate yet.
There's no one in the way yet.
Nope, there's no one in the way. It's just you're free to work for a bit. The towers themselves are dangerous.
Does this count as
Yeah, risky.
bypassing the defenses for Infiltrator?
It does, which is why
Yes.
your effect is, I think, normal by default. Well, no, it's actually going to be limited by default, but then you can ignore the tier and it's normal.
Yeah. So you said it was risky standard?
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm just going to take that as is right now because of oncoming threats. I get the 1 bonus die from Adric, and then the 2 of us launch a length of chain into exposed wiring
Yep.
for 5.
All right. Cool. I'm going to describe that soon, but first, Grine, are you helping while Zayd is opening fire, and while the others are inside the underground warehouse? What do you do?
So it's a moment of indecision for Grind, where he's looking at like the firefight popping off, and then the objective down the hallway.
Jordan
much
is
as I
just
hate-
AFK for a sec. That's why he covers out with a hat, because if you turn it off, it would destroy our cameras. So he'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, so I think, much as I hate to do it, especially when he's not sitting here, I will abandon Zayd to his own devices.
Excellent.
The mission is
And
on.
yeah, he knows
Okay.
what he's doing. He's Batman.
Do you go back and join the others?
Yeah, I think I probably come up behind him right as Chain leaves hands.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, Chain leaves hands. You see the lightning towers like start sparking, and you see like a dozen like arcs of lightning go between the towers as they start like, and they keep sparking, and then one of them starts like smoking, and then they start shutting down and powering down. You don't take any harm, Hicks. Instead, everything's fine. Okay, we're good. A bright light suddenly turns on from inside, shining directly at you guys, and this you see the light.
Ourself.
Yes, and you see that this light is being shone by this robotic silhouette that is in the
Do we
shape
have to
of
fight a
human.
robot?
In
Is
the
there a
shape of a
robot in
human.
here?
Yeah,
So
I'd say the crew being caught isn't actually full yet, so I don't think it's shining directly on you, but you see like there's a buzzing sound of something activating in the room. A light turns on, and you hear like the steam feet, like it's getting stomping towards you. These metal feet with miniature steam vents escaping from them each step. It's like
So
just
as
around
that all
the corner,
happens,
10 feet away at most.
as that all happens under his breath, Grind says to the other two, "Did you even look for the verdammte switch?"
We look at each other because obviously we didn't. In the first reaction we had was lightning, short it out, break it all.
Yep. You're back in a desperate position as this thing is searching for whoever just caused this damage. Yeah. What do you guys do? You're all three of you together.
Book it.
All right.
Let's book it.
We know where this thing is, roughly?
It is,
Like-
you hear, like, let me draw this for you. I'll stay on the same.
Like, it doesn't see us, but can we see it? Is
You
the...
cannot see it. You do see the spotlight from it, and you just hear it. It's like maybe 5 feet ahead, 5 feet to the left, around the corner. So the way is that once you get to the end of the hallway, one side of the door is just the wall, and then the other like opens up to the left with the rest of the warehouse. You can see like distant shelves and stuff. The warehouse right now has no lights on. It is just dark inside until the spotlight lit it up, and you can see there's like I think you can't see a lot because you just see like the stuff that's against this wall. There is a bookshelf of books and a cabinet that looks almost like a wardrobe, except there are iron chains wrapped around it. Those are the two things you can see.
Fucking boggarts, man.
How?
Is now the time for a teamwork study or survey action to find what we need in this warehouse?
This thing is real close to you.
Yeah,
How familiar with this robot or whatever, like this sort of
Have
thing,
we ever
out
seen
of
a
the known,
robot?
like what is this thing? Or I've
Are
heard about
robots
that.
I don't
What
think
I will
robots
give
would
you, all I
say-
will give you for free, is rumors of strange clockwork machine men that sometimes the spirit wardens, maybe like rich nobility, it's just rumors that sometimes they're used as servants and soldiers. You don't know
So
anything
new,
else about them.
familiar.
I don't know. They're not really a thing in Scotland.
So honestly, Hicks's reaction is to turn to Adric and just like point his head towards the sound of battle. Be like, "You gonna
Wait, which
do
sound of
this?"
battle? There's the one behind you guys.
I know,
the
but
sage.
the sound of combatant, the sound of the combatant like
The
walking
sound of the
around.
enemy.
I'm gonna look at the small child with the big weapon, and I'm gonna like turn like I'm waiting for you to step in and crush Robot Skull here.
think Grind look at Adric, reach into his pocket, pull out a spanner, twirl it around his finger, and say, "Just distract it. We will take care of the rest."
Sheesh. Sorry, what did you say there?
Just-
No.
Distract the robot.
Okay. Adric will have kind of frozen. He's not really used to a robot. That's not something that works well in his fighting style of surprise. He can't surprise whatever this thing is. But if I'm only supposed to distract it, all right, I'll go in and do my best on that one. I guess I'll go in and just kind of try and figure out, see if I can see any weak points, but basically I'm just going to start slashing at it, I guess.
Okay. So you turn the corner, and you're intentionally just trying to like charge and get its attention, right?
Get its attention, yes. Not necessarily get too close to it until I can have some idea of what I'm dealing with and what I would need to do or what I need to avoid with this thing. But
Leave it on a Scooby-Doo
get
chain.
its
so you keep
attention,
popping out.
and my general
Yeah,
action
kite the
is
mob.
go in
That's all you
fast
need.
and surprise it, and there's going to be some of that still there, because that's what I do,
Okay.
even if I'm a little uncertain.
You turn the corner, and yeah, you see this like steel and brass man-shaped robot, maybe 7 feet tall, wider than a normal person, like walking like it's walking slowly, and just out of its chest is this like spotlight that's shining forward. You step into that spotlight to get its attention, which of course it immediately turns like a red alert color. It looks like it is covered with thick armored plating. There are parts on like its shoulders and its head that look like strange tools and machinery that you haven't seen before. Its fingers, out of it has set like 5 fingers, but they're long and almost like spindly, and both of them arc with lightning like the towers as well between each finger. And off of one of its wrists is a like blade that's just like built into its wrist, and coming off of right behind it is this like large steel sword. As soon as it sees you, it will, with like computer speed of reaction speed, immediately rush and stab you. What I'm doing here is the one time in Blades where specifically special elite enemies at the start of a fight will deal immediate harm. This harm can still be resisted and armored, but this is a thing. It is not something that should be used often, and I am not using it often. But it is this thing is doing it here. Spirit Warden, Guardian, Hull will deal. You're in a desperate position. It's gonna deal level 3.
Straight up.
Wow.
This could
Thanks,
be your wife,
guys.
Grime. You could
I'd
make your wife
Yeah.
into one of these.
Yeah, as soon as you start
'cause
rushing forward.
I want my wife to be a death machine. Sure, you're talking to an actual married man. No, I don't fucking do that.
Yeah, I think it just immediately lunges for you, even like knowing it's there. Adric, it reacts faster. This thing is a whirlwind. I assume you are resisting and armoring.
I am for sure resisting. Armoring is a little more tricky. You know what? I had better well do it. So let's see how that goes.
Okay.
Okay, and there goes my slots.
There goes all of my equipment. It was all steel plating.
It was just in case they have a death machine in here.
At least your weapon's free.
Okay, and resist.
Oh, you take 5 stress.
3 ones. 3 ones.
Are you sure?
That's what I said
Wow.
about killing our momentum.
Yeah, just fucking Jordan.
Oh, he's gonna get. Is that? Are you peaked?
All right then. I'm not full yet, but there goes my stress levels.
You still
Oh,
resist?
God.
Admittedly, is kind of fair. I mean, I've just seen the
You're
death machine
pretty
robot that I
stressed.
can't do anything about, and the first thing it does is stab me. I think that does warrant a bit of stress, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take
So
what,
what is the
level
actual
1?
wound itself?
This would be level 3 harm. Like normally it would be like stabbed in the stomach if it's level 3. If you resist it, you get to move it from a vital place like a stomach to like in your arm for level 2, or like basically a deep scratch on your forearm that doesn't really hurt you that much on level 1. You can change what the harm is depending on how much you resist it. Or you're using armor too, so it's down to level 1.
Yeah, I did use armor. So can I just maybe like have just enough reflexes to kind of like jump back or something, and it still gets like a lighter gash, just a part, just a minor like where the armor was not.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's
Lack
like
of
there's a
opportunity.
large scrape on your armor as this razor
Yeah.
sharp sword. Like
There's a glancing blow.
yeah, but your armor
And
has like a
then
deep
like the
gouge. in
slash
it.
was longer than okay.
Yeah, you have like a breastplate and it hooks across
Yeah.
your ribs.
And without any like, there's no hesitation. There's no like, did they die? It immediately like raises its hand for another swing. And try. This thing is fighting horrifyingly. It is you are trying to distract it, Badrick. It's all you can do just to like fight for your life here.
Yes.
Now, you can make a distraction roll if you'd like to set up for someone else. I think it makes the most sense.
Distracting this thing is not going to be helpful. Well, what can I even do to this?
If it's a setup roll, then it
just
is
kite
just
it.
distracting.
Yeah.
It is. You're not actually trying to harm it directly. but you are trying to
Yeah.
set up Grind to do
Then I guess I'll just roll skirmish to, I guess, keep its attention, stay out of whatever range. I'm basically skirmishing as defensively as I can.
Yep. Yeah, skirmish to stay alive is totally a thing while
Yeah.
setting up still.
Okay, so position, I'm going to presume desperate here.
Yes.
Okay, effect.
Doesn't
Effect,
matter. It's a setup.
It doesn't
effect.
matter because it's set up.
Oh, right.
Yep.
And no, there are no bonus dice.
6.
Doesn't
Never
matter.
mind,
Right.
I've already
You're
rolled
able.
it.
Yes.
We
Apparently
did it.
it's a-
We did it. It
Yeah,
happened.
there's a
That was
bunch
very
of like
successful.
barely hitting you, or it glances off your armor for some other things. Like you still have the armor, it just doesn't reduce your harm anymore. So
Yeah.
you're able to, like, I think there's several hits that you're able to parry or block where you're like, it feels like your bones are like shaking from the strength that it has and speed. Somehow you're okay.
Yeah, it also doesn't tire like a normal human fighter
Exactly.
would. Like a normal
And it doesn't
fighter,
ever
like,
hesitate and it doesn't
one
stop.
big-
It's just like
This
These
thing
big-
is my nightmare.
yeah, because these big hammer blows like tire out a big opponent, and that's usually how like the strategy of avoiding and ducking works.
This
You wait for
tired
them to
out,
tire
but not this
themselves
thing.
out with these big hammering blows, but this thing doesn't tire.
yeah. Brian, Brian, what do you do while this is happening?
As the thing is distracted, Grind runs up behind it. Tools in one hand, his fine wrecking tools in one hand,
Mm-hmm.
and a bottle of binding oil in the other. Throwing the binding oil at the thing's feet, jumping on its back, and trying to disable it.
Okay. This thing is large, armor plated. Before anything factors into play, I think this would be limited effect due to how heavily armored it is, and a desperate position. It's obviously desperate, but limited effect to start with.
Okay, so fine wrecking tools
Ups that
helps
to
that,
normal.
correct?
Yeah. And then you can use your setup for +1 die or
Okay.
a greater effect.
Let's see. I'm at.
Oh, I should before I
Dice
do
and
that,
make the effect
What am I at
better.
right now? Sorry?
You know what the
For
effect
effect?
is. Now I will show the
Standard.
clock. Here, defeat the hull is an 8 clock.
Oh, balls! Oh god! All right.
Greater effect would mean if you succeed, you get 5 on that.
Use
Normal effect would be
the
3.
use the setup for greater effect, and I'll give you a helping die.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. I think if you take level 1 harm, as it like again superhumanly swings its upper body around to slash you as you jump onto it, getting a glancing blow, you get a +1 die.
Level 1 harm for +1 die.
Yes, and
Resistible.
It's Devil's Bargain harm, so no.
I don't think it's resistible, but it wouldn't come into effect until after the roll.
Okay. Just checking. Does the binding oil have any quality effect?
Not directly. That's a sort of what allows you to easily get in there. I think it's helping.
Okay.
narratively.
Okay.
It'll flip.
Just making.
Is the binding oil like binding it to the ground or anything? As in, it
yeah.
can't
Yeah.
move?
If you succeed,
Yeah,
it'll be
if-
stuck in place. That's what it'll mean.
Good.
That helps. So I'm
Jordan's
at
gonna be so surprised when he gets back.
I'm at 2 for wreck. +1 from help is 3. I could Devil's Bargain for 4, but I'd be less
yeah,
effect
if you wanna
later.
take the-
That might be bad.
I say just take the 3.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm checking.
Yeah.
You can't resist Devil's Bargain harm. Can you armor it?
No,
That's a good
because the
question.
harm happens before the roll. Like
Okay, yeah.
armor, like the Devil's Bargain wouldn't be a Devil's Bargain if you could negate it by
Yeah,
just
it's
saying
a-
I have armor.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, it's
Devil's
a
Bargain
condition of the
is fine.
test, basically.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll leave that to you.
So I'm at desperate.
Yep.
I'm at 3 dice right now for great effect.
Great effect because +1 effect from the setup and +1 effect from the tools took you from limited
Right.
to great.
Here's the thing: I could push myself for extreme effect or 1 more die. And extreme effect would be what, 6
Extreme
or
effect.
7 seconds?
Ooh, I want to double check that. Extreme effect would be definitely. I don't think extreme effect has a mechanical effect. In this case, I would up it to 7. Yeah, let's say 7 for now. I'll check it later. There's no number, but if like
hello eggs,
if
meet a
normal-
basket.
if normal
Um,
to great is +2, then great to extreme I'll do another +2.
Okay. It's worth the stress. Why not? All right, 3 dice, extreme effect. Hopefully
Yeah.
that-
And my help is I pull out a gun and start shooting it.
That's yeah.
That's my help.
Yeah,
You bind it
it's
to the
more
ground.
distraction than harm.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's
it
why
still helps.
that's why it's my help for Grimes. Like
That's great.
tool. It's like it's because it has to raise its arms up to block the bullets. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see how this goes. Oh, God
Oh,
damn
no.
it.
Why are you so bad?
Oh, no.
Oh.
What are the rules for ditching a mission at this point?
Yes, you can just run away.
I don't want to. I want to win.
I don't think we're
I wanna
going
win.
to.
We
I'm
need,
gonna
you
win.
need Zaid.
We can do it.
We need Jordan. I know you're listening. We need you.
We can do it if people
He
would
is
just
listening.
succeed at their roles.
So, oh no.
Had no other way of re-rolling anything, do I? No.
No.
So, I think that you throw the oil at it. It seems to stick for a sec, and then you jump onto it, and it like I don't think it so much stops, but while it is fighting, its other hand just reaches back, almost like inhumanly, like it like twists its shoulder completely backwards, grabs onto you with its electric arcing hand, and just shocks you right then and there.
Get electrocuted.
Yeah, and like against
Awesome.
your will, the electricity makes you spasm and fall off of it onto the ground. One of its feet is like stuck to the ground, and it just like rips a chunk of the concrete basement off with it. There's like a big chunk, foot-shaped chunk under it. It doesn't seem to care. And you are going to take level 3 harm, electrocuted.
All right, well, armor. Wait a minute. 1, 2. No, that doesn't count. I've only used 1. Good.
Yes.
Armor for that brings it down to level 2, and I will attempt to resist. This is prowess resist, I'm
This
guessing.
will be prowess. Yes, this is a physical like electrocution.
Harm is
Yeah.
almost always prowess.
Usually, yeah.
Oh man, if I f this up, I'm.
They don't mess up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
That's how that works.
4.
Said this last
Okay.
time.
That's good. Okay.
I'll take 2 stress.
Excellent. While it is with one hand and the sword, it's now just using one hand to fight Adric. The other hand starts just points in Hicks's direction, and the lightning that is on his fingers starts arcing more frequently, ominously more frequently.
You said there was a cabinet with a bunch of locks on it, right?
Yes. And also, now that you're further in, there's like you're in the room. You can see a bit because of the red spotlight. There's like shelves and shelves of various objects. They're different. Some of them are crates. Some of them are like chests of or like they're all different kinds of storage containers. Like
Hicks
there's
just
like a
wants to
vase
start-
or two.
Yeah, here's the problem. Hicks doesn't care about the robot. Hicks just wants to go around and break open these cool boxes. That's
wanna
all
just-
he wants to do. No,
That
but my
is-
friends are getting electrocuted by a robot. There's such a quandary of like identity stuff, weird illegal stuff that the government doesn't want us to see. There's so many
Blow
things
the
in here that
cabinet
we're not supposed to be seeing, and all I have to worry about is evil robots.
Priorities.
That's all. He just wants to go through all of the boxes. There's a robot. All right, this robot's not been injured.
No.
I think you
You
should
shot
do
bullets at it and the
whatever
bullets
you
just
feel
pinged
like
off
you
of
would
it.
do.
Yeah. What would Hicks do?
Yeah.
You two seem to be occupying this robot.
You asshole.
Says
All right.
the lightning arm shooting hand.
Yeah, you can.
And the robot is starting to turn its lightning arm at me. So obviously, the safe solution is let the people who are fighting this robot fight the robot, right?
Okay.
Or do I help? What can I do against the robot? I can't blow it up. You people are next to the robot. Like,
I go for the cabinet. Do it. We'll see if we can't get something out of this mission.
there's a locked cabinet, and
Just
Nyx is-
take the whole cabinet.
yeah. I have my pistol that I was shooting the robot with.
Mm-hmm. Now pistols
Yeah,
need to
and-
be reloaded.
Shoot
Yeah,
the
they're
lock.
flintlock.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I would like to shoot off this lock. I would like to run out of the way of the robot arcing like arm because it's like pointing at me. I would like to get out of the way of that, and they lock something up this way for a reason. Hopefully, it can help against the robot.
That makes sense. Okay.
I want to go bust this cabinet open. I'm
I
trying to
think you're
top deck a
wrecking.
win.
I think this is desperate.
Yeah,
You guys are getting so much XP. It's okay. It's just a great
yeah.
session.
and no one's taking any harm. I'm looking at my character sheet, and I have no harm. I only have
You're not
one
harmed,
stress.
so no
This is
one's harmed.
great for Nyx,
No
all right?
harm. Says the person. Fighting.
Yeah, I take my gun and I run out of the way, like hastily shove another cartridge in it. And I shove it up against this line. And like, let's do this. And
Okay, perfect.
I
That's
try
a
to
wreck.
blow it open.
Desperate.
All right, this is desperate.
The chain itself.
Is a security measure, so it doesn't matter.
Actually, that's true. You're right.
It's a security measure.
It is a chain and lock is a type of security measure. So
That is
whether-
really useful.
I was trying to decide whether or not it had arcane ruins that are on it. It doesn't matter if it has arcane ruins. You don't care. You just
I
shoot
don't
it.
care. We're going. No, I don't have any bonus dice. I can't think of a devil's bargain.
Depending on what's inside.
I can't think of one either right now, at least.
Yeah. So poop.
No.
Oh.
Wow.
What is this job?
Oh god! Oh, this went poorly.
See, I've had a job like this when I was a
Okay.
player, and we did run away at the end of that job. We barely got into it, and we ran away.
Bring us the vampire and the robot.
Mark?
I'm never fighting a robot again.
I'm gonna go build one of these fucking things, and then I'm coming back.
Yeah. So, I think you hear a voice from the robot, automated and like clipping, say like "No," and it shocks you just as you're about to shoot at the thing. Your gun misfires and like shoots like a hole in the cabinet itself, and you see this like whirling smoke in the cabinet. It doesn't seem to escape. It doesn't seem to like do anything, but there's definitely something inside the cabinet. It starts shaking, but it doesn't. It seems like something about the chains are stopping it from actually coming.
Well,
out
it's a
of the hole.
solid circle of iron, is what the chains around the cabinet are that is keeping in the dumb ghost.
Exactly.
It's a solid
Um,
circle of iron. That's how
So
the
it
logic
can't.
works.
It doesn't. None of this like weird thick fog like smoke pours out of the bullet hole, but you can see it just in there for a sec. You're electrocuted. Level 3 harm as well, and you
That's
hear the
level 3
hull. The hull in like this modulated voice spoke and said no, as it electrocuted you. And then it
I'm
doesn't.
trying to think of the.
Yeah, do you want to
Oh.
resist and
Well, I am wearing my rubber underwear today, so I am marking armor, but it is Hicks's rubber underwear that protects.
That he was wearing for totally another reason. It's just something he does.
It's somehow helpful against lightning bot, and that's level 2 harm.
yes.
And then I would like to roll to resist electrocution.
Okay, that's prowess. Okay,
All right,
you take 2
that's
stress.
2 stress, level 1 harm.
Yep. So you avoid most of it, but most of the worst. You just have minor. You're smoking minorly. Your hair is frazzled. Is probably what it mostly is.
I put level 1 harm, shock-o-matic.
Perfect. Yes. And I don't think the hull says anything else. It doesn't start talking suddenly. It's silent again. Seeing that both of you guys are electrocuted, I think it now turns and focuses attention now primarily on Adric. Adric, what do you want to do?
At this point, I'm yelling out. We need to get out. I am backing away from this thing.
Okay.
How mobile is Grind still just down on the ground?
Brian, you
I mean, I'm
resisted. You're okay, right?
Yeah, I'm at less effect level 1 harm. I'm fine.
Oh, okay, so you're
Um,
not. We all are, but there's no. Yeah, I'm backing away from this thing. I'm just going to keep on dodging, but I am moving back towards the hallway. I am trying.
Skurlock
And
box.
I will
We need
ditch
Skurlock
you
box.
all if I have to.
We need Skurlock's box, or
I haven't-
the vampire stabs us.
I have an idea. I just don't know if time-wise it's good. But
On a. If, as a side effect, we want to literally have me bringing it away from you two and I guess continuing to skirmish as I disengage, we can try that, but
if I can get to those things that you guys wrecked, the Tesla coils, I'm wondering if I can tinker them so they attract the lightning and it doesn't hit us anymore.
That's really cool.
Ooh,
I'm
that's a
not
good
so scared
point.
of the lightning as the fact that this thing needs brute force. And
It does have that, but if you do that successfully, it means it wouldn't be able to use ranged attacks against you unless it
Yeah.
throws
Yeah.
things.
So plan of here's my suggested plan of action. Grind fixes bot. Grind fixes coils to attract lightning. Adric kites the bot. In the meantime, I grab the vampire box. We run.
I'm willing to do another round of kiting as I try and get out of
Yeah.
here. So, yeah.
Okay. So let's start
That's
with
a-
Grind then, I think.
Okay.
So Grind,
Um,
you go up to the lightning towers and you start trying to. They have been, they're short circuited right now, and I think
Fused to them is a length of chain because metal on metal plus a bunch of lightning is it's sticky.
yeah, there's a length of chain there, and one of them is smoking. The one that had the chain wrapped around it. The other one looks like it isn't working because the other one isn't working. I think by default you might actually have no effect by default. One is because they're already slightly destroyed, and two, if you have a limited effect, what that would mean in this is it still can't use ranged lightning powers, but it can use it if it touches you. And then
Okay.
if you have normal effect, it won't be able to use it at all. Even if it touches you, the lightning will still draw it from there. So you can still limited effect is not so bad. It's not all of what you wanted, but it's still some of it.
yeah.
So by default, no effects,
Um,
but you can push yourself to get more. Or
So I've
use
got
fine
Fine
tools.
tinkering tools that'll put that up.
Yep, puts it up to limited.
By one.
And then if you want to push yourself,
Uh.
or that's all I can think of in this situation, you can make it so it can't use any lightning at all.
Because it's already desperate, so we can't trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, this would actually be risky for you because you're moving away from it, because the lightning tower is shut down right now. It's focusing on Adric. It was assuming
right,
that
then.
you two were down, actually.
Then desperate for increased effect. Can I do that?
Okay, yeah. I think that most of the risk here for Desperate would actually be the lightning tower itself, more than the automaton.
Yeah, it's not quite done, and I get hit with lightning as it.
If
Yeah.
if you
All right. So desperate for
this would be
standard.
standard without having to push yourself. Yes.
Yeah.
Devil's Bargain here. Wait, you have level 1 harm, right? So that reduces your effect.
That's correct. I do.
So it's down to limited again.
Yeah.
Which is still not bad. And then do you want to push yourself or do you want a Devil's Bargain?
Pushing myself would trauma me out. So
Unless
Devil's
you
Bargain.
want to do this and then be traumatized out.
I mean, that might be the safest bet for me.
That's not a yes. Okay.
No, I think I'll go limited, and if there's a Devil's Bargain, I'll get a die off, because at least then, as long as we can put distance between ourselves and it, we're okay.
Okay. I think, given that I think another +1 heat is what I'm offering, in that the hull will tell the spirit wardens, you're like, hey, he tinkered with this. He's like, he looked like he knew what he was doing, kind of thing.
Still not
Fuck.
destroying
Yeah.
stealth.
It's no, it's +1 heat. That's all it is. Yeah, you guys are caught. The stealth clock is broken, obviously, because you guys intentionally were distracting it.
Okay, so we're already fucked with the spirit wardens. Is basically where we're at right now.
Okay, so there's no getting away from that.
This is the thing that catches us.
Yeah, I meant to mention that before, because the clocks follow the fiction and the fiction follows the clocks, and when you guys decide to stop stealthing, the stealth clock, yeah, that's no longer a
It
thing.
evaporates.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then,
When
yeah,
Jordan gets
fuck
back,
it.
we'll
Why
flash
not?
back a bit, because he will have been, Zayd would have been doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just.
Well, it works because we don't know what's happening outside.
Yeah,
We can all just go deaf, and you guys can play by yourselves, and then we can all meet up and talk about it.
Yeah, 'cause we're
So
not
yeah,
stopping
Devil's
to pick 'em
Bargain.
up.
+1 heat's good with you guys.
I don't care. I want to survive.
At this point, yeah,
At this point,
survival is.
I want
Alright.
Skurlock's box and to get out. Those are the only goals. Secondary objectives out the window.
okay.
5s.
5. So yeah, I think that you are able to draw it out into. If you guys are no longer trying to defeat it, I will change the clock and make it to escape the hull with the box. I'll make that 1 clock. And then I'll add some ticks to that.
So do we have to find the box first?
That's what I'm doing
if
now.
that is the intent,
Okay.
escape the hull with the box.
Yeah, with box. Because
Yes.
I'm going to start taking away at the box half of this.
So limited effect, this will fill the clock by 1, but also, like, fictionally, it won't be able to use any of its ranged lightning abilities anymore. And so, yeah, you get it humming, you get it working, you get the chain off of it, and then I'm going to. Oh, I don't think the dock workers up above will have not notice what's going on. So.
Dockers catch on.
No. That fills
Uh,
by 3. That's the consequence. Desperate position. The Spirit Warden reinforcements. The clock fills.
Alright.
At
Halfway.
least they're human.
Yeah. And so I think
are they? Are they human?
they
Yeah.
would say they're more
Attributing
human than most.
qualities to the
but
ghost cops.
Yeah. So I think there's I think what happens here is you can tell as you're tinkering with the lightning towers, they aren't just meant to harm people. You see there's like some kind of alarm system that is meant to like notify someone that isn't in this building that there are intruders. And you can't tell if they've been notified or not, but I think even in character, they have a system for sending reinforcements if there's an issue. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll yell out something like "clock's ticking" or some code word we have for cops are on the way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, basically.
We have a short fuse left or something. Something that's, of course, a bomb code name.
Yeah.
Clock's ticking actually works too. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
That's easy enough.
Hicks, what do you do?
Desperately tearing through boxes, looking at tags, looking for the spray painted Skurlock on the side of a box.
All right. Awesome. I think you're surveying. Jordan, you're
Sure.
back. Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
I tuned
Oh.
in when Adric got stabbed by a robot.
The robot is a problem. We're not
Oh,
dealing
Robot's a
with
huge
the robot.
problem.
We have decided the robot's not worth it.
They're taking the box and
cutting-
running away.
We have decided this mission has gone from 2 objectives.
Just look at the
to
roll
1
20 log.
objective.
And I'm
Just
already
roll the dice and
0
roll
points.
20.
Okay. Oh, that's a big clock for defeating it.
Yeah, they're no longer trying.
And notice how filled in it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
we abandoned the clock after the 1 roll we made.
We had a
See
couple
the-
of
you see the wreck?
beautiful.
That was desperate, extreme. That was about the robot. It went
Yep.
bad.
Okay.
Got a couple of
Mhm.
beautiful like snake eye rolls all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well,
So
At least we're getting
I
XP.
do want to know what Hicks is doing, but I think if let's see what Zaid is up to. Zaid, before I think it was
Oh, shit,
basically
XP.
before this happened, like just before this happened. Grine left and went to go inside. You had shot at these guys and they're fleeing. There's one of them, like the one who picked up the bird, is still holding it. It's like holding it close to his chest, almost trying to protect it and running away from you.
In that case, as long as if range is a thing, then I'll pull out the rifle. But if not, I'll just take shots at him with my pistols.
I think pistols
30
once
foot.
again need to be reloaded, and so I think you
Also limited, especially these old timey pistols, limited effective range.
Yeah.
Like it's shorter than you'd think.
so a rifle is a good idea.
Then with the Hawker's rigging, I will pull out the rifle that is a collapsible, like
Yeah, from
Like a
your
break
pants,
action
you reach
rifle?
in your pocket, you pull a whole gun.
no, it's modified to be like the muzzle basically breaks down to load it. Right?
Hawker's
I like to
ring
imagine
loading.
it's like a revolver, but like a rifle.
Nice,
So
So
the revolver functions, so it's the 6-chamber thing and
Six-
that spins.
but
and
it's
that's the
like
whole thing.
this big.
yeah, and then he just like clicks that up and goes and shoots that guy.
All right, awesome. I think that's definitely hunting. They're just running away from you.
Yep.
And yeah, see what happens.
You get one
I
tick.
assume desperate.
Yeah, you only need a little bit.
Not
It is,
anymore. They're running away. I think this is risky for you.
Well,
Well,
Oh, I
you're
didn't mark
shooting at the
mine.
guy with your bird. Yeah, it's desperate.
okay. Desperate.
Emotionally desperate.
It
Mhm.
is. The stakes are still very high. You don't want to accidentally hit your bird.
What is it base before my fine rifle is added?
Base, it will be limited. This guy is wearing armor. He is skilled.
Okay, so then that gets up to standard.
No, limited is fine. With
Limited
you
Limited is
only
all
need-
you
It
need.
gets up to standard for this
Well-
equipment, though.
Well,
If
my
you only
rifle
need-
does it anyway.
Yeah,
Like I'm
you
not
only
pushing
need-
myself to do it.
Okay, all right. That's all I was saying. You only
Yeah.
need one tick. Don't spend resources increasing the effect.
Not that
Yeah,
I want
my
to
rifle's
hurt this, but I think that it is tier minus per each dice for level here, opposed to that. So if they're tier 4 and your rifle gets us to tier 1 with fineness,
In a lot,
That
when
might
tier matters,
actually-
yes. In this case, because you're just in this case random shooters, and they don't. I don't think they. We were trying to kill a spirit warden, though. Okay,
the intent
you're
is
trying to
not
kill him.
necessarily to kill it, but to drop the bird. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but
get
you're
him to
trying
drop
to
the bird.
you're trying to do it. Okay, I think yeah. Then it would be. You probably couldn't kill him because of the tier difference, but you could get him to drop the bird with
Yeah,
between
like-
everything.
If it takes a bullet knocking him in the back of the noggin to drop the bird and run away, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Yeah, just risky. Not wait, risky, right? Hold on, let me make sure I did that right.
Okay.
No, wait, it was desperate,
Yeah, they're too
standard.
Yep.
Any devil's bargains?
You shoot the bird. The
Yeah.
bird dies. That's my
Yeah,
the
devil's
devil's
bargain.
bargain
not a
always
That's
happens.
my devil's
So
bargain.
that's
You kill the
probably-
bird.
The pet is a expert hunter, so it would just be wounded, and I would not take that.
Yeah.
You
Devil's
asked for a
bargain,
devil's
a
bargain.
bird
It-
hasn't dealt with the 2 bodies we dumped in the water.
I told you. That's the bargain. I'm
Actually, yeah,
offering.
that's a good idea. My devil's bargain is your bird won't be able to stop the whole heat from killing thing for this job because it's not even wounded from this. It's like just still unconscious and you can't wake it up till later from the bell thing.
No, I'll just risk the 2 dice.
Okay.
3. That fills it in by 1, right?
No, it's a
No,
failure.
That's a
Fail.
failure. Failure is no
Three's a fail.
is no result at all. It's a 4 to
Really?
5 is success with consequences. A 1 to 3 is just a failure and bad stuff happens.
Yeah, there's a couple different clock filling mechanics.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
right.
In a
Clock
long-term
work-
project, a 1 to 3 because there's no consequences.
Oh, got it.
is one
Yeah.
tick. But in
Downtime clocks are
in
different.
free play or in a job, the dice are not with anyone right now.
Yeah, it's just success that fills, and you did not succeed.
No. So I think that
Gets his attention.
Things are going as poorly outside as
turns
they are
him
in.
around.
I don't think it turns around. But I think what happens is the spirit wardens basically like they get away. They don't get away, but he gets away from your shot. It tings off of him. Maybe he has like they're equipped for ghost hunting. These guys are fully armored. They are all in heavy load. Their own version of it. And so their bullet doesn't do anything. The guy keeps running. You like look back and forth, and you now hear fighting going back on in the job with like some horrible lightning noises and bullets firing back inside where the others
Screaming
are.
as we get electrocuted.
If you go, the consequence is either no bird, or you are out for the rest of the job because you have to go chase them down further away. And by the time you get back, the whole thing's over with. You can go like you don't permanently lose the bird, but you're gonna have to go find a way to get your bird back.
Make it it'd be like a downtime action thing.
Yeah,
Downtime, free play,
it'd be something to
ransoming
deal
your
with
person from
afterwards.
XCOM.
Yeah,
Can I do a flashback?
of course. What is it?
I would like to flashback to having my assassin friend be set up in case shit goes wrong. He's on a rooftop and is giving me sniper cover.
You are underground right now, but this could be for because when as they're running away, they're probably eventually going to come out from the canals, the underground parts of the canals. So this could be they're waiting there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I assume like the part they're down in, like they're running to get up. They're not running in the canals more. I thought they were. I would think they'd run. They're running.
They are
up.
eventually going to be run. They're eventually going to be reaching the surface. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay.
Especially because like Sierra and stuff they're gonna be leading them away from you guys, so they're going to the surface because they're following the ghost that's going to the surface. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your assassin friend?
My assassin friend is a person named Steiner. I like to think they're Taikarosi.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Like maybe they were a Taikarosi mercenary
yeah.
that like Scotland hired, and they were just like part of my crew.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you met with them before this and said, "Hey, just in case things go down." Would that be like your secondary escape route? Like they will provide cover in case you guys.
Yeah, like if we need to exfil through the streets,
if you can't
they're
get
there.
Boats, then you go out there. They'll shoot any enemies, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. What does it look like when you go meet with them? Like, I think you meet them. I think they like to.
I had an idea of where we meet.
Okay.
At the grand reopening of Kellen's Tavern.
Nice. So, like, you in the background is Ulf Ironborn giving like a speech about how like how safety for all Scavs, and they'll be able to like hear. And he like probably mentions specific cultural practices that are taboo in general Duskwall that are like perfectly fine here. We'll have and yeah. In the background, he's giving speeches, and you're just like you slide up to a table with him.
Yeah, there's like a corner table that
he's reading
is probably the one that we drift oiled.
He's like just reading a book in the corner, not really paying attention, and just looks up at you.
I slide him a tea.
Sniffs. Assuming it's not poison tea. Drinks.
Well, if he would think it's poison, I would go and then hand it to him.
Yeah, he sniffs it anyways, but then could have taken the antidote, and he somehow like it seems fine, so he drinks it, gives you like a courteous nod, and sort of he goes back to reading his book, but he's giving it a look like yes, like
always careful.
He doesn't say anything, but he just you know him, and he's just like ready for you to talk and tell him what you want.
Yeah. Me and my friends are doing a job. Kind of high value target. I don't need you to participate. I just need you to be there in case shit hits the fan.
He never speaks. Not because he can't. His Taikarosi voice is horrifying. So he doesn't speak.
Made him a good sniper.
Yep.
All right.
And okay, so this is it's your decision, but I can't see this not being consort. I know you like Sway, but you're just like, hey, here's a tea. Let's be friends.
You literally consorted with him.
Yeah.
I'll push myself.
If you sway, it would be limited effect. But this is
Yeah.
the definition of consort.
Is this controlled?
Yeah, this no, because it's affecting your now, and the consequences
Okay.
that'll happen in the present day.
That's fair.
So, I think it would be desperate still to get your bird
Okay.
back.
See, I think Desperate's way better than Risky, just like every time.
Except for
I mean, yeah,
the immediate level 3 harm.
yes.
And you get 2 of those failed, and you're
Scum
dead.
and Villainy gives you a bonus for a non-XP bonus for doing Risky, which is kind of nice. So it makes
Mhm.
Risky better.
Standard?
Yes, this would
Okay.
be standard because this person is an assassin. They if you get them to do this, they will know how to take out a spirit ward.
Yeah. I'm pushing myself for the bonus die, so I'm rolling a die.
Okay.
Oh!
Oh,
So he's just not there. He doesn't show up.
there is no
I
sniper
think
cover.
that's what happens. Yeah, he nods, and he isn't there. You're gonna have to go
Cool.
ask him why he wasn't there because
I still chase after him anyway. So
Okay, cool. So Zayd
We're out.
is not there for you guys. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think if you're still chasing after them, then I think it's still on. Like you can still try to get your bird back.
Yeah,
But
you get another chance at this.
all right. Hicks,
I'm curious what Hicks
Yes.
is up to.
what are you?
I'm
what are
looking
you doing?
I'm looking for the box that says Skurlock on it.
All right. Were you surveying?
Yes, I can survey.
I
Question:
Yes.
hypothetically, if I were to have blueprints, would that make my effect better? Or
In this case, no.
Same.
This part of the warehouse is not on the blueprints. The upstairs is, but this part is not.
would it change anything at all if I have documents?
No. If you go up to the hall and say, "Hi, Mr. Hall, there's been a terrible misunderstanding. I'm actually a new spirit warden. I'm here to pick up my mask." Good luck.
No, I meant documents about where it'd been stored, like maybe
Oh, like
an inventory
an
manifest
inventory
or
archive.
something.
Okay. That would be very difficult to get, but that's not what the role is.
Would
You
it?
just have
Because
it.
I have a click box on my thing that
Exactly.
says
That's
documents.
the thing. You do.
Well, that's for. It says here a collection of slim volumes on a variety of topics, including registry of nobility, city watch commanders, notable citizens.
Hmm.
Okay.
You know,
be like
it's not
public record.
it's
not
not official
specific.
documents
Okay. They're
because the documents you're looking for are tier 4 spirit warden documents.
tier 4 spirit warden secret documents, and what you
Here's
have
my
are public
follow-up
documents.
suggestion. What would it cost me to flash back to smooging with the city clerk to get the documents I would need to know where this is to get a bonus on the survey roll?
Oh, that reminds me. 1 stress for Zayd for that flashback. And this one I think would be 2 stress because it's a bit more specific and well, actually, no, it'd be even without the hall, you would have wanted to know where to get this. So I think
Yeah.
it's 1 stress as well. It
Yeah,
happens
sure.
to be pressure, but you totally would have seen this coming.
I will happily spend the stress to flirt with a city clerk to get these documents.
Nice. All right.
I don't know
Devil's
what the rule.
bargain.
Okay. I actually have to have a relationship with this person.
She's gonna start like not calling you, but she's gonna start, following up with you.
She's a stalker.
Yeah, it would probably not be like a girl for one, and
Okay.
two, sure, yeah, I'll take the stalker.
Okay.
Stalker clerk.
So
The way the dice have been going,
he probably you need the devil's bargain. He's probably I assume you picked someone who was around your age, so he may be
someone
doing this-
younger than me. I found someone who's
Okay.
just like intern level, like they're
So they're doing this
barely-
instead of going to university or anything like that.
Yeah,
Because
they're
university is
like-
not an assumed thing
they-
in Dusk.
Yeah, he probably went to like typist or clerk school or something and got some sort of like city certification.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm a qualified receptionist, file clerk, or whatever.
Awesome.
Like, not like educated as in has some bullshit certification that lets them do office work,
Okay.
not so much educated as in college education.
Okay. Why don't you make that consort roll? I think.
Yeah, that's sway roll.
Sway. Yes, my mistake. Yeah, that works for this. You're totally manipulating them.
Yeah.
Um,
So
Do you want to use the mesmerize to make that not a problem?
no, the devil's bargain
Devil's
bargain
really
does
shocked
happen.
me. I can't mesmerize my
but
way
you
out.
could
of that.
mesmerize it so they forgot they actually gave you that part
Yeah,
of it.
that yes, I will do. Yes, I will mesmerize so they forget what I swayed them about, but it doesn't wipe
Forget
me
the-
from his memory.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So position is
This will. Well, this is basically a setup roll. I think.
yeah. I'm trying to set up my
Yeah.
survey.
In that case, I think this will be risky.
Cool. Effect is standard. It doesn't
Yep.
matter. It's
Yep.
a setup. Bonus die 1 for my devil's bargain. Submit. I got a 5.
5. Okay. Cool. So you get it. You get the setup. I think that. Ooh. Okay. When you is that reduced effect? Yeah. Okay. Let me. I was gonna give you something, but I think that would be the equivalent of. So you get the paperwork fully, the thing full. Here it is. I think what you know is that they are probably coming to move a bunch of this stuff, like tomorrow in the job, and so things like it might not even be here if you don't get it now.
So I know that this is our last chance.
This is your last chance for your current intel to be valid. Yeah.
No running. Fuck.
All right. That's a valid effect. I'm not going to try to resist that.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to survey.
All right. And you get what are you using
What's
for?
my-
+1 die? Right. So by default, this will be. You're not being fought right now. It doesn't have range attacks. I think it's just risky.
Okay.
Time sensitive, obviously, but you're not an immediate
Yeah.
creature. Effect would be, I think, normal actually, because you were
So-
given a description of what those crates might have looked like by Skurlock.
Skurlock told us the description.
Yeah, you're not just looking for
And-
a crate that might happen to him. He's like, here are the crates you need. Here are the numbers. Here's what they look like. I think it's normal.
Okay. So as it stands, it's risky standard with 1 die. I have a setup that can give me either a die or greater effect.
With greater effect, I think it would be you also find something else of value.
I want to do that.
Okay.
And then
Something else, but not necessarily cash.
and then do we have a devil's bargain for a bonus die? Maybe.
Devil's bargain. Ooh, in this case.
I'm looking at the Spirit Warden reinforcement clock that can take a couple more ticks on it.
Yeah, I'll put a tick in that.
I'll take that devil's bargain.
Okay.
Yeah. So risky. Great. With 1 extra die,
You could
meaning
bump that to desperate extreme.
you're right, but I got a 6, so
Got a
shush.
6. Okay.
I got it.
Oh,
But that could have been a 6 in extreme.
It could have. You're right. It could have been a 6.
That would have made it 2 1s. Don't fuck with
Yeah.
the gods
Yeah,
on this.
no.
Yeah,
game.
well, we did it. No, we're here. I rolled a
no
6.
hubris.
Risky, great.
All right, excellent. So you find there are 3 crates here. Each of them, yeah, about 2 feet by 2 feet. They are actually they're metal crates. They don't have like chains on them at all, but the crates themselves on all of the corners and edges are inscribed with now familiar to you arcane runes, because you've seen similar runes on lots of things in here. There are 3 of them. They are next to each other. I think that. Ooh, let me see what you find. What else you find? Because I didn't
Well,
plan, but I have a
First
few
thing
ideas.
first, how many ticks on the escape with the box clock do we get?
Oh, with great effects.
Yeah.
1, 2. It wouldn't be 5 for this. You haven't escaped yet.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
I think
I'm just trying to see
I'll
how
keep it at
cool-
3, basically.
Okay. Cool.
Um,
I was just seeing how close we are on this.
Yeah. You find the boxes, and then I'm gonna go to my tables. Pull something up.
Weird spirit shit.
Spirit bombs. I want to blow up a ghost.
Well, we have a crew upgrade we could get. That is,
Ghost market.
yeah.
Mhm.
We could start selling things to ghosts, but I think we need a better narrative hook before we take that one, because that
Yeah.
one's super just like narratively interesting, not so much mechanically effective.
Yeah.
So I think we need a good narrative hook before we do any of the ghost ones.
Okay. So I think you see next, like near them, you see your eyes are drawn by the "Danger, Don't Touch" sign.
My favorite side.
Yes. There's a large flask that is holding this like churning.
Is it an ooze?
It's like an ooze, yeah. This churning ooze that's brownish, and it's as you look at it, actually shifts
Brown
color.
or ochre?
It's about ochre, but it shifts color while you're looking at it to a brighter orange, and then to a yellow, and then like over to a green. It shifts color as you're doing it pretty slowly, but not that slowly. It's just danger,
Yeah.
don't touch.
Oh, I want all of these boxes. Please help me finish this clock so I can take all 3 of these boxes.
You can just take it.
Well-
like it's like this big. You can just grab it.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely
on
grabbed
the
the danger
flask
flask.
is one another arcane ruin like carved into the glass, but this one, unlike most of the others, is like actively just glowing with this like light purple color.
Yeah, I'll open demon juice later.
Yeah.
For now, it goes in the backpack or the satchel, and we figure this out.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, you have the 3 boxes are here. As you go to, I assume you're going to like pick one up.
Yeah, I put the flask in my satchel, and I like grab the one that says Skurlock, and I like a whistle, like the "let's get the fuck out of here" whistle.
Okay. As you pick it up, you can pick it up, but barely. It's really heavy, like it's filled with bricks or something. As you pick it up, is what it feels like. Something. You can't see, like it's hard to immediately tell what's in it, but it's a real heavy for a 2 foot box.
Now, as I see it, there are 3 of us here, and I have 3 empty stress I am willing to fill.
Want a teamwork action to get these things up?
I think now might be the time to teamwork action.
While fighting
Prowl,
off this thing.
You just book it. Get away with the box clock with a teamwork prowl action.
I'd be okay with that, but I still think that I probably need another skirmish action before I teamwork up with you on that, because I've been distracting this thing for a while without roll.
You have been, and it has been trying to attack you, but I think we already established that you can hold it off without taking any harm. You've done that.
Okay.
And while you are getting tired, I don't think it's a whole nother roll.
Okay. In which case, never mind.
Yeah, you can. The status quo still stays the same. It's not been long enough where someone as experienced as you and as enhanced as you, Adric, would get tired.
Okay.
Brian, are you?
So
okay
if
with
the
that
answer
too?
is get out, yes.
Yeah. I can drop one more smoke bomb so we can break line of sight and narratively being able to get away.
Yeah, I also have an empty bandolier slot. I can also add to this smoke cloud retreat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Awesome.
Ninja vanish.
vanish, as in clouds of choking caustic fumes follow our retreat.
Is there anything in your load that's like a gas mask or something like that?
No.
Nope. As a matter of fact, the
At least
the
that's what's wearing
downside
the
of
bandana.
this stuff can be bad. Like if you look at the formulas and stuff, what is it? There's drawbacks to poisons, potions, stuff like that.
Ah, okay.
That can be thrust upon us if we fuck up.
Mhm.
There we go. I am looking at them now.
Yeah. I also, in the same vein, because we don't have gas masks, I specifically have a special ability that lets me push myself to ignore some of these consequences.
Yep, so do I.
Like, I specifically have an ability to avoid like choking myself out with smoke bombs.
Okay.
So meaning that if I don't have it, I have to carefully deploy them. I can't just like be in a room with caustic smoke.
Okay.
Like I
If
have
you
to.
give me warning, I can book it out there before you chuck the snow.
Yeah, no. But
Vehicle.
the point we're making is like we have to pay attention. We can't just use them willy nilly because there are real consequences for us too.
Awesome. Okay. Who wants
Yeah.
to lead the group action?
I can lead the prowl. I have enough stress where I won't trauma out if we do it.
All right. Any devil's bargains? Because our dice have been beautiful, and
If you want to get out of here, my devil's bargain to every single one of you is some more scratches and level 1 harms from this thing.
I will take level 1 harm for the bonus die.
Level 1 harm I don't think
I'm-
stacks, so if you have 2 level 1 harms, I don't think it reduces your effect twice.
No, it doesn't.
it just means that there's no room on the next job. You know what? Still, sure, yes, 100%, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll take a level 1 harm battered. To
Yeah,
get the
it
bonus
would be
die on
like
the
battered
prowl.
or minor scratches or yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
As Adric is holding this thing off as you guys escape.
Position
This will
desperate still?
be prowl, I think, because this is movement. Prowl is movement.
Yep.
Does anyone have heavy? Well, actually, honestly, with these crates, you're all having difficulty moving quickly. I think.
I am willing. I have extra load still. I have one more load. Can I just blow one of my loads to spend one of my loads today, not that way, to like make it easier to move the stuff if I just like throw some crap on the ground.
I think
Drift oil.
pushing
Drift
drift
oil.
oil or pushing yourself for greater effect.
I have an empty bandolier slot. I could drift oil it. What about that?
That'll
Yeah,
make,
it's that,
if
it's
you,
that milky white substance in the
Yeah.
glass you got there.
if you use 3 drift oil, everyone will have normal effect instead of limited.
Oh, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that deal.
That would mean you can move fast enough where this thing isn't gonna. You can fill the clock. I know how we will fill the clock, but you can fill the clock
Yeah, I'll do that.
at once.
I'm gonna have to go
And
back
tell
to
your
the bar
barber
and
thank
get
you,
that.
by the way.
I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing downstairs.
I will go back to the VOD just to clip that segment because it was so funny.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Just their roaring laughter.
Okay.
Oh god! All right.
So who's leading the group action? Hicks.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody roll prowl. You get +1 die from the devil's bargain.
Did we say if it was desperate or not?
It's desperate. It's really desperate.
Go back and
So
change that.
desperate
Almost
standard and one more die.
forgot. Bro.
Beepity boop. 2.
There's
Not
a
a
6.
6 from Atric.
Yeah.
Oh.
All that matters.
Oh, the only
All
6.
that matters. We got 1 6.
So only
And you
one
take
in
one
that.
stress from yourself.
I take 1 or 2.
1 because the
One.
4 is
One.
4 is not stress. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So
Okay.
we fill the clock. You guys, as you guys exit, like you guys get the crates, you line them there, you pick it up, and you have it in one hand. You should not be able to normally carry this thing in one hand. And yeah, while you're fighting this thing off and retreating up the door, it like tries to shoot lightning at you, and it just goes in splits and arcs into the 2 towers without doing anything. And as you're expecting to fight it as you get outside of the door, but it like stops at the doorway. No part of it is moving even an inch past the frame. And
The killer robot's not programmed to leave the building.
Yes, and it raises its
It's
hand
on a-
again within
on
the
a
door frame
leash.
to try and shoot at you with lightning, but it can't. So it just watches as you take off with with this stuff.
Anyone has a gun, I want to shoot this.
Oh, I have a gun.
If you
I
shoot-
hand you
okay.
my gun.
I have have no ability to use a gun, but I am
That's
not
fine.
happy with
You
this
can
thing anymore.
just shoot frustratedly at the
I mean,
robot who can't.
Yeah,
leave.
it'll go back inside.
Everything's-
Shoot it.
Everything's already fucked. If it can't move past that door, I'm lobbing a grenade back at it as we run. Because I have the slot. So
The gunman went chasing after some bird nappers. So.
Yes. All right.
yeah, by the
uh,
way, when we get out into that tunnel, both of you here, where the fuck is Zayt?
I
Just from the
Fucking kill him.
We spent so much time on planning this specific mission, and it didn't use any plans.
Immediately went to shit.
Yes. So, I think you can toss the grenade. I don't think unless you want to do serious harm to it, I don't think it's a roll.
Yeah, it was just a flavor thing. That's
yeah.
fine.
So you do that,
Just
and,
Yeah,
and it,
same.
it explodes.
petty
I think
revenge.
it does. It marks it. It doesn't damage it, but it like you can see there's like bits of streaks from the explosive that it was right in front of on it, and it just watches you silently. And yeah, you guys are on the boat now, all battered with the crates and this vial. You did it!
What about my bird?
Let's see what happens now with that. Zayd,
Screw you, bird.
You get. I'm assuming.
I
Zayd,
won
you're
it
still
away.
chasing. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're
it
still
seems fair
chasing
you
after your bird. The others
One
are
more
home,
roll,
are home
buddy.
free.
one more roll.
I think this is probably the last one. If they'll probably get away after this. If you,
I'm
do it.
hunting. I'm shooting them again.
Yep.
Just drop the bird, buddy.
Yep, they're quite far away now, I think, because you have to like stop and line up the shot each time, and that's not that long for one shot, but it's adding up now with how many you're making. Yeah, they're quite far.
If they are quite far, what I will do is because I have one, I will my spyglass has an attachment onto the fine rifle, and it just like I just slap it on there and it goes thunk, and then I go aim and try and I go for the hand. Like I'm not trying to hurt them. I'm just
think
trying to
that's
get them to
silly,
drop it.
But also, I love it at the same time.
Hmm.
Excellent.
The intent is
I
drop
like
the
you.
bird.
I don't feel like you ever had a spyglass. I feel like it's just the scope.
It
That
on my
actually- yeah.
sheet it is called spyglass.
But you
and I
can make it
believe-
basically. It was always a sniper scope. If you
Well, like I'm not saying like it's you point your
Yeah.
whole rifle to use it, but I'm saying a detachable scope makes sense for.
Yeah, it's
that man.
basically a detachable scope. I think
do you want? What was I going to say?
a devil's bargain. Yes, sir.
to get this done. I think by default now this will be limited effect. They're
All you need.
far away.
All you need. It's all you need.
It is all you
Well,
need.
my rifle makes it standard.
Are you telling them?
Hmm?
Okay, here's my devil's bargain. There's a better chance they might drop the bird if you say it and tell them to in your Phoenix voice.
What
The devil's
is that
bargain
ticking a
being-
clock or
I think this will tick. Everyone knows who the Phoenix is one more time.
I will take that.
Okay.
How many ticks you got left in that clock there?
Look, one.
Huh.
My downtime will be to try to reduce that clock if I can.
There we go.
If that is that a thing I could do?
Yep, you can reduce clocks if you want to,
Yep.
and if it makes sense.
It's just the opposite of a long-term project.
Not
Undoing
once they're
one.
full, but before they're full, or maybe barely if they're already full. If it makes sense for you to do an emergency reduce it, but that's very very
Yeah. Is this risky or desperate? I would assume
Oh,
desperate.
this is desperate. This is desperate.
Cool.
This is limited, which is all you need.
Well, it goes limited to standard because of my fine rifle.
Yes, it's true.
Bonus die.
Okay.
Jesus,
Lone
I just
6.
dropped the fucking bird. Pew.
Yeah, exactly.
You spent the whole
You
time
say
playing
that
with your bird.
Yeah, and I think the guy just like stops for a second in shock, like you just wanted to puts it down and runs away.
All I wanted was the bird.
They had
Yeah. You
Yeah, he
spent
just-
the whole time playing with people who weren't involved in the mission to get your pet bird back that you sent after them when the rest of us had to fight a killer robot.
okay.
He's
So
not
Zayd-
gonna
Some
let them take his
downtime
friend.
harm is coming your way. Just so you know.
Party our house.
In the boat, if we're still role playing or anything, like Adric is absolutely furious at
Oh
it,
yeah.
and this is
Yeah.
very odd.
I don't
Okay.
think Zaid gets on the boat with us. I feel like
I
he's
think you
just
just
running
meet them
through.
back later at the base.
Yeah, you'd have to beat us at the house because we're getting on the boat. We're
just
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his plan was grabbing the bird and going home anyway. Like, job is either done or fuck.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, either they're all dead and I need to pack up my stuff and go, or we're fine. I'll see them there.
yeah.
Okay, well, let's end the session now. I would say I recommend writing down your character's feelings about this because we're going to probably have some follow up with what happened.
Yep.
Mhm.
Writing down his reasons.
Excellent. But let's do end of session.
End of session or end of job?
Let's do end of session because we have 5 minutes to go, and we'll actually do end of job next session. So, I'll
Sounds
do
good
some
to
of.
me.
I'll probably do some of it in between and let you guys know, and we'll review it.
Yeah.
But
We'll review
right
the
now,
job.
all we have time for is end of session.
Cool.
Do you want to do the crew first?
Yeah, let's do the crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rights Union. All right. So we're looking at acquire product supply, execute clandestine covert sale, or secure new territory.
We worked on product supply.
Yeah, I'd give it
worked
1, but
on
not
it.
2.
But
We
You did
attempted
not.
it's acquire
The
specifically.
I got a
plan
bottle of
initially-
product supply. I got a bottle of ghost goo.
Yeah. I'm all right with calling that one.
Ghost goo.
Depends on what Ghost Goo does.
I can put in a bullet and shoot people with it.
I know what the ghost goo is. It is not something that you can easily use in a product.
Okay.
Is
So
it in and of
nothing.
itself?
It may be something once we figure
Is
it out.
it in and of itself a product though?
Well, not in the way you guys are thinking.
So I can't sell this to an inspired customer.
I mean, you can sell anything, but
Yeah, sure.
no. Also, I'm just
Pro-
gonna say no. to this.
Product supply to me says like a vast saleable quantity of something, not like
well,
one
I
item.
was trying to get a bunch of super secret Ghost Cup contraband, but no, someone had to go play with their bird instead of raiding the warehouse.
Listen, the part that fucked the job was not me chasing the bird. It was the Sparkrite
It
thing
was
in there.
Everything.
Yeah, but if you no, sorry, I will keep that for next
Well,
session.
next session, let's put us in
Yep.
front of it because I want to see it in full in character. Okay,
Yeah, this is when it
it's not
turns
my
into
call,
burning
but
wheel.
I do think it's 0.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I agree with 0.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
discussed it. That's
Okay,
all I
yeah.
cared about.
I think the next one, though,
However,
we get
I
two.
think we get 2 for contend with challenges above your current
I
station.
would like to argue too, because
Yes.
there was both the spirit
Yep.
wardens that someone was playing with the whole time and killer robot. Those
Yes.
are two things.
I think that's
Um,
fair.
We were intentionally trying not to bolster our crew's reputation, so I'm thinking probably not there. Unless it's failed.
Did we develop a new one of failures?
No, I don't think we
Not
did.
yet, I
because-
hope.
Here's the thing.
I would argue
from your
Crazy
perspective,
motherfuckers.
from your perspective, this was a disaster. From the spirit perspective, you successfully stole from them.
I would argue
I think this
that
might be driven.
bolsters are explosive because explosions don't always go well. It went very bad.
I could see driven though. This is like the highest people you've grappled with, and though it was basically a bloodbath, you still succeeded.
I
we
died.
didn't give up,
Two
or at
people
least
died.
Hicks didn't. He was like,
Yeah.
"We're still getting this thing."
Here's my argument. The reputation is provided by people who know what we did.
The hub.
Those are the people that choose the people that know are Skurlock when we hand him his box and he says, "Good job, team." That's the person we care about. That's the reputation we're bolstered.
Also
by-
the hull. Also the surviving spirit wardens that ran away from Zaid. Though they didn't
Well, do
realize it
robots
until-
have feelings? We don't know this.
It talked. It can at least give a testimony to the spirit wardens.
Yeah, wax tracks can talk too.
I would
Yeah.
argue at least
So it's-
one.
Well,
One?
this was my point. My point was
One.
I don't think Hicks would know that this thing has a mind because we never
right.
encountered one before.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying this because I want to study holes now because we encountered one in real life. So I'm trying to set up one of Hicks's long-term projects here, working on robots because these are new and exciting and the
Yes.
future of warfare.
Okay. So I think that was one then. You guys agreed with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
There's an
Inner conflict. I'd
Of the
say
cr-
inner
now remember, it's
conflict.
of the crew. There's this, your individual XP as well, but for the crew.
Yeah. Of the crew, I would say
I mean, there's a bunch coming next session,
no,
but so
not
far,
really.
I
We expressed our own personalities a lot throughout that.
one of the goals of the crew, I could argue, was to get out from underneath Skurlock because he was fucking with us.
Yeah, the reason
Yeah.
we jumped to this job so fast is we want to keep the peace as a crew. We want to be able to keep going and build and not have everyone at our door.
Well, I think it
Fair.
also sort of, I would also argue for the essential nature, because in every job we've sort of done, we've tried to get a little extra out of it, right?
that's true.
Yeah.
And also, most of
But
our
even when
targets, our targets aren't like, let's go beat up a bunch of poor people.
mean, Does that give us 2?
If
Or
it's
just one?
happened more than once, because
Okay,
we did
game.
the goals and then the essential nature.
All right, then we're full on XP.
And we'll, I guess, figure that out over the break.
Yep, we'll
Yeah.
figure that out in the meantime. We'll leave that.
Okay.
Oh,
Who wants to go first for personal XP?
What is
Sure,
personal
why not?
XP?
Every time you roll disparate action, that's been done. You've addressed a challenge with violence or coercion. Once out at the beginning, and once with the robot itself.
Yep.
You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. With the amount of things that happened this session, I would still go with 2 on that one.
Yeah, between the drive and you being angry at the end, and this talk with your sister, and the other talk with Grace, yeah.
And struggle with issues from your vice or trauma during the session. I would go with trauma, and I would still be okay with 2, because the amount of times that paranoia came up was decent. I didn't eat the pie, I checked about the locked door. Actually, those were the major 2, but...
Yeah, my only challenge to that
Oh,
would
too.
be if you consider the struggling with issues. Not eating the pie, I'm not sure about. The locking the door thing definitely made Grace, like, act. You were standoffish with her. But I challenged the pie one because it didn't seem like struggling with issues from it.
That's fair. Let's see. Can I give any other argument? Yeah. I'll keep thinking and move on to the next person to finish this off. But take one for the moment.
Who's next?
I can go.
There you go.
All right. Technical skill or mayhem. I'm thinking that's 2. The trying to wreck the robot and tinkering with the lightning rods.
Mhm.
Beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Probably just 1 for the Zaid thing,
Okay.
unless I'm not remembering something. But
I don't think there's anything else in character. I think there
and
was sort
vice
of
or
an
trauma.
out-of-character one about putting Sierra into that thing, but I don't think that was in character conversation.
No.
Well,
That conversation
putting-
will. That conversation.
putting my dead wife in front of danger is a
You're
drive.
right. You're right. Okay. Yeah, forgot about that.
And vice or trauma. I don't have any trauma, and my vice is not relevant for this one. So
Okay.
And to backtrack to me quickly, I am going to take a second one for struggling with issue on the trauma, because that was one of the reasons why I was so okay to book it and run away immediately.
Okay.
This was something I wasn't used to, and I was paranoid about it. Problem.
Cool. And who's next? Hicks or
I
Zaid?
can go.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's fine. So yeah, you addressed a challenge with rhetoric or destruction. I destroyed a door, so I think that's 1 tick.
I could also see the talking
Lock?
to the clerk being his rhetoric.
I was gonna do that. I was gonna take that one later.
Didn't you also try to destroy the robot?
I made no attempt to destroy the robot.
Oh, okay.
I made 0 attempt to destroy the robot. All I did was provide a single helping die, and that's all I did for
Okay.
the robot. I think I probably destroyed more than one thing. Destroy is a lot of my problem-solving skills.
You helped with the destroying
Lightning
of
tower.
the
I
lightning
did the lightning
tower.
tower. I did
And
the
Well-
door.
Those are two
The
separate
door.
things. Yeah,
Yeah, 2 separate destruction problems.
they're right next to each other, but they were not the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, they're 2 separate challenges, to use the correct terminology.
Correct. You are right.
All right. Beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I'd say at least 1. I'd say
With the
2
grabbing of the
actually,
thing and the wanting more.
because I care about the dumb stuff in the secret warehouse, and I'm sure there's another one. What did I do? I skipped the
you
final.
tried to open. Well, you also tried to open the.
I tried to
chain
open the
locker.
dumb thing because I wanted.
Wardrobe.
I was hoping that a werewolf would come out or something. I don't know. A werewolf. I wasn't sure.
Surprise closet werewolf.
It could have been anything.
Mhm.
Understand why you failed trivia night with conspiracies.
And my vices never caused me problems because it's just a normal thing. It's not a
It's
vice.
just trivia night. You don't have a problem.
Yeah,
I just go every week into trivia night.
yeah, and never win, no matter what. Even though you go every week.
It's fine. It's not a problem. It's not a vice. It's just
It's
a
fine.
thing people do.
Once you trauma out, though, I need you to be obsessed with trivia night. Like, I need that. You struggle
Did
with
you
it.
know?
to win trivia night?
I
we
would
rig
love
it.
Hicks doing like.
Trauma
It's a
obsessed
job.
Trivia
Break
night.
trivia night.
I would love like,
Funny.
did you know, like Hicks just making
Oh no!
spouting
No,
random
it's me doing
revolutionary
all of my
facts.
downtime is set up actions for the vice roll for trivia night.
Great, that's great. Okay, so
Get the edge.
Okay. So desperates were done. You addressed a challenge of tracking or violence. Tracking
Yes.
with trying to find out the vulnerability, violence, the whole bird.
the whole
Demic.
yeah, the whole.
We
Uh,
could talk to them or yell after, or we could shoot them repeatedly.
Or
Let's shoot
ignore
him.
them. We could have just ignored them and gone to the
Listen.
room.
Listen, I don't have consort. I have one thing in sway. The tier would have been bad. I have fine guns and 2 in hunt. I
You know
did
what
what I
Fine
meant
Builds
to
would have been
do.
great at shooting robots.
And you got XP.
I got XP. I'm putting both of those into insight, so I can bump hunt up to 3 die, right?
yes,
Yeah,
it's,
it's 4. Yeah,
four
it's
is-
4 you
is
need mastery.
4 is the cap.
mastery
for-
yeah. And 2
yeah.
is just the cap
So-
for
No.
character creation.
3 is the cap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
four
like you
dots.
can't go to 4 without a thingy,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, without mastery. Yeah.
Sweet. So you know what? Shooting made me better at shooting.
What?
Who would have thought?
Yep.
Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I think twice. I think the belief talking with Grind about like, hey, sometimes you need to take one person out to like save a bunch of people. It doesn't matter who that person is.
Mhm.
And then the background of my assassin friend never came through. Those are the 2 that sort of stick out in my brain, but I'm sure there's
Yeah.
more.
I mean,
Like,
you ran after your damn bird.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
abandoned
That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
I want that to be struggle with issues from my vice or trauma, because my trauma is haunted. I can't let
Oh, yeah,
a
you
man
can't.
get taken by the man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just love how you had choosing between your bird and your teammates who were in the middle of a death fight. You're like,
Listen,
I have to go after the bird.
all that
It's
Zayd
definitely
heard
struggling.
was all that Zayd heard was like electricity and like the sounds of
Gunshots?
combat. Listen, all Zayd knows is there's 3 of you. You guys can handle it. The bird is defenseless. I gotta go save the bird.
I definitely think that's some XP though. Yeah.
I'm
For
gonna say
XP wise, this
1.
was an excellent session for you all. We should do it
great.
again.
Yeah.
For
I
the rest of the crew, one question: are we eating that fucking bird next session, or?
That's the reason why we could murder on a job and not get heat. Okay.
Yeah, you're the ones that care about murdering with your guns and your swords. I'm perfectly capable of doing a job without doing any murdering.
Yeah,
But
I've
that's
got
why
kind of
we're
a
team.
MacGyver thing going
Diversify
on.
our
Yeah, that's
portfolio.
your
Okay.
failure. Your failure.
Well, this was fantastic. And we will
Oh,
be
it's
back
falling
next
apart.
week.
I'm so
to
excited for the
just-
debriefing meeting we're gonna have about this.
Yeah, I predict
Spend
and
the week
hope it
coming
will
for
start with
reasons.
30 seconds of awkward, angry silence.
It's gonna be awkward, angry silence with the bird on my arm and me feeding it. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, no, the opening shot is definitely
Everyone
in
will
our
be nursing their wounds.
Yeah, like in our sitting room, and conveniently, we have taken every available seat, and Zaid just has to stand.
No. He's gonna sit in the
You-
binding
you-
oil
you like
chair.
the opposite. You like the
Tilted to the
opposite.
ground.
Yes. Say, why don't you sit specifically right here?
I have generalized anger, mostly coming from fear. So
Okay, we will be back next week. I
Oh,
can't wait to
so
see what
many-
happens.
so many- things to
Probably
do.
not with a score because things
No.
need to be taken care of.
Oh,
We have some cleanup to do and some loose
Yeah,
ends
we
to tie.
have to wrap up this mission, so we
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
get rewarded.
We'll
We
do
got
that.
8
Uh.
downtime actions, and we have a sound beating to deliver.
Yep,
Sound
and
beating.
entanglement.
I'll
So
take my
maybe you'll
lumps.
get a sound beating yourself.
No, maybe you get soundly beaten twice. Is really what the entanglements might be.
Volunteer Zaid.
Wait. We can fix this entire thing. We just give Zayd to the cops. Fuck him. No heat, no nothing. He did this shit.
I'm just running a reminder.
Yes.
Listen, if,
Okay.
if
Fun on
between the week, if between the week, I need to make a new character, I'll do that.
Oh wow. Yeah, no.
the
We'll see
blades
you next
begin.
week. This was insane.
Yeah.
Great.
A lot happened.
Hmm.
Thank you everyone for watching. Yeah, no. This is, as I said, Blades in the Dark gets better. I felt, and I also felt it when I played it as a player character like 2 years ago or so more. That Blades really hits its stride when the crew encounters their first failure or near failure, their first real challenge.
Oh, this was skin of our teeth.
Yeah, that is even for my game. That's what I felt when we started
Humility
playing.
score.
Also, I don't know what we thought would happen when we go to something that's like they specifically like grade the enemies in this game, and we looked at the big list and went, we're here at 0. They're here at 4. Let's go there. That's the plan.
Oh, can we retroactively
Every single
title?
one of our rolls was just one.
I want to retroactively go back and name the episode before this one, Pride, and then this one's called Comes Before the Fall. Like,
Because the last job went so well, it just went off without a head.
Yeah,
We went in and we just like crushed the Nazis or whatever, the anti-Scobland units, whatever.
Yeah, no, it was messy, but not bad messy. It was good.
Yeah,
It was a good messy in a way.
It was a controlled mess. We got it all done. We came out looking good.
yeah, only like one of us took damage.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay,
And it wasn't me. It was great.
Yeah.
we'll be
Now
back
we're all
next week
stressed out.
at the same time. This was great. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye.